Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Christine.
And this is This Week in Vegas,
the Ninth Island Connection podcast, where we're bringing you everything that's happening this week in Vegas.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yep. We're talking news, weather, events, all that good stuff going on here on the Ninth Island of Las Vegas.
And before we get into it, if you're not subscribed to our channel when you're watching this, please subscribe. It really helps us out and it doesn't cost anything. You're interested in Vegas, you landed here. That's all we do on this channel. You're in the right place. If you're already subscribed, thank you guys so much for your continued support of our channel and all of our socials. We appreciate you guys.
Yes. Thanks, guys. All right, getting into the news, starting with, I feel like we're always starting with like bummer stuff, but
this is a big deal.
It is a big deal because Spirit Airlines is cutting 54% of their flights to Vegas starting
That's
this
more than
winter.
Half.
Yes, good job, good math there, buddy. Yeah, so 54% of their flights coming to Vegas will be cut this winter, and that's because they are filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So, you know,
Well, the travel downward spiral that continues here in Vegas is not helping them at all.
No. So, you know, that if you were flying here on Spirit Airlines, if that was your go-to airline to get to Vegas.
They're still coming, just not as much.
Yeah. It's going to be probably harder to get a flight and maybe a more expensive flight.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
And another kind of trend, I shouldn't even say another, continuing the trend that is 2025 in Vegas. JP Morgan's survey is already seeing that fourth quarter room rates are down 12% against last year. And we're still in the third quarter right now, but people book in advance. And those bookings just aren't there like they were last year. I wonder what the impact is going to be on F1 because that's a huge traffic driver here in Vegas for Q4.
Yep. But I mean, the room rates are going down. So, I mean, that's a positive for those of us who are booking the rooms. Yeah. But it's just one of those things that shows what's going on here in Vegas with the travel being down and people, tired of the price gouging and stuff. Yep. And we talk about that every week. There's all those hidden fees, and there's actually one that's gone viral. Fin and Feather down in the Arts District is feeling some heat.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? I'll say it. They did this to themselves.
Yeah, yes.
They did it to themselves. I don't feel any sort of way for them, or they did this themselves.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar, if you didn't see this on social media, somebody's post went viral. They shared their receipt, which had a 20% automatic gratuity added. Now, automatic gratuity is not an uncommon thing for like parties of 6 or more.
6, 8.
And they note that, and that's kind of like a standard across everywhere, and that's not like a big deal. Yeah. But at Fin and Feather, apparently they do this anytime your check is over $100.
Yes.
They automatically
add
charge
20%.
Yeah. Which,
solo lunch, a couple, whatever the case may be, they're going to put it on automatically. Where I remember a time when gratuity was based on service. It wasn't mandatory. Yes, 20% is the standard, is the norm. But again, it's based on service. It's not an expectation. I'm going to treat you like garbage. Your tab is over $100. Give me $20.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think that was part of their issue too, is that it wasn't 20% worth of gratuity in their eyes.
You don't have to provide super service if you know you're going to get a tip anyway. Yeah.
I don't know, but hopefully that's a lesson learned.
Yeah, I mean, that's just dumb. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm just being honest and candid, and that's how we are here on this podcast. Yeah. This is our honest opinion, our honest take based on our experience and our life here in Vegas. I think it's dumb. I mean, as a small business owner, why would you do that? I don't know.
You guys let us know your thoughts on that, and then just the whole tipping in general, because we can go on forever. So if you want to add to the tipping conversation, go ahead and drop your comments. Moving on before we get too spun up. more exciting stuff happening. Illuminarium is bringing back their immersive football experiences.
And this is like 360 football.
Yeah.
Even on the floor. Like
they
everywhere.
They have like haptic like sensors on the floor that like make you feel like you're in a stadium, the surround sound, and then of course the 360 views of the game. Definitely a cool way to catch Monday Night Football.
And it's a big space.
Yes.
So don't worry about being crowded if you want to go check it out. Never been. It's a massive space in there.
Yes. And they have a bar, of course. It's Vegas. If you're not familiar with Illuminarium, they are an immersive experience over at Area 15. They're kind of their own standalone building. They have 2 rooms, a smaller room that it kind of gets you into it, and then a larger room, and they show things like safari, outer space, like walking on the moon. And then they have like at night, it turns into like a club.
And they have an outside restaurant or a restaurant with a big outdoor patio attached to the building. It's a really nice venue.
It is. And so I think that would be a really fun way, like a really Vegas way to, watch Monday Night Football. They're only doing it on Monday nights. They're not doing it on during the Sunday games or Thursday games, but just the Monday Night Football. And I mean, to me, that seems way cooler than sitting in a sports book or a sports bar.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, you got your food, you got your drinks, and then you've got like this crazy experience. If that's something of interest to you, definitely check out their website for more information on that.
And sticking with the football theme, there are certain foods that go with football. I don't know who invented it, but it just is.
And wings and beer for us.
Wings and beer.
Kind of anything fried.
And I feel like we learned that somewhere. Maybe some pretzel bites once in a while if you're feeling crazy.
Yeah.
But wings, beer, football just go together, right? So Nacho Daddy has some game day specials. They've got $20 pitchers of margaritas. I don't know, who's drinking margaritas and watching football?
I would drink margaritas and watch football.
Oh, there you have it. That's my question. All right, so $20 pitchers of margaritas, $20 buckets, $35 wing platters, and then $25 street taco platter. You could go with a group of 4 and do one of each of those things, and that is perfect.
I think that we're going to start seeing that as it's going to be competitive to get people in the door, because it's going to be busier with football starting and with hockey starting. We know that.
Yeah.
However, just getting, it used to be trying to get people in with just like a few drink specials. Some places have them, some places don't.
Well, they want you to stay too.
Yes.
So, because like we talked about with sports books, people will watch 2-3 games just back to back and watching multiple games at the same time.
But at a sports bar, you can't do that, because if you're like dropping like $10 a beer, like that's an expensive game. So, I mean, I think that we're going to see a lot more of people or of these businesses really enticing people to come in and watch the games.
Absolutely.
And I'm here for it. I love that.
All day. Yep.
I hate when we're like, well, we better leave at halftime before we have a $300 bill. So definitely, I think football season here in Vegas is going to be a lot more fun.
Yes.
For sure.
Looking forward.
Even if you're not going to see a Raiders game.
Yeah.
Another announcement coming out, the Jabberwockies have revealed that they have a new strip production. So the Jabberwockies are over at MGM Grand. It's a fantastic show if you're not familiar. They're dancers and they're just like ridiculously talented. I mean,
a lot of acrobatics,
just
hip hop fusion. I mean, there's so much.
Yes, it's so like amazingly talented. Great show. And every few years they got to freshen it up. So
well, they've been here for so long.
Yes.
You want people to come to your show again and again, so they freshen them up.
Yeah, they're definitely worth seeing, and their tickets are fairly affordable.
Yeah, that's definitely like a mid-range show with high-end quality performance there.
Yeah, and they put so much into it. We actually know one of the Jabberwockies who grew up in Vegas, learning to dance Tahitian, and then got into hip-hop style and moved into this world of the Jabberwockies. So that just
a really great story.
Yeah, hearing it from him of all what they put into it and all their dedication and the time that they put into these rehearsals, it just makes it more important to see these small shows, because it's not just the Jabberwockies, it's all the shows in Vegas. They're working their butts off to perfect these performances, and of course their ticket sales are down because of the lack of tourism.
And there's so much competition on the strip.
For
every
sure.
property has its own shows. And then you've got the big shows that come in like Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah.
The residencies that will come in for 3 months.
Yeah, and those small shows got kind of just booted after COVID. I mean, there wasn't, there used to be so many small shows, and those just kind of all went away after COVID because
they're small businesses and they couldn't afford, because these guys, if you didn't know, they rent the space, like they pay rent in that space right there.
And they have to pay for the staffing.
They pay for the staffing, and then they have to share liquor revenue with the casino property as well. So, I mean, that's a tough business.
Yeah. So moving forward into our news, some good news. I like this one. I like beer. I like affordable beer in Vegas.
Yes.
And some of the Caesars properties are actually doing $5 beers, draft beers at their bars. Now, I mean, for Vegas, that's a hell of a deal, right? I mean, you can't even buy a pint in their shops for, I think it's like $7.
Oh, in their own shop beds? I know for sure, because we just stayed at Planet Hollywood. Their 24-hour shop downstairs by registration, 1 Miller Lite is $8.64.
Oosh, okay.
And at the ABC store, they're 2 for $5.
Yes.
The same size.
Yes.
That's why we always say go to the ABC store instead.
Yes, for sure. But it's nice to hear that those bars are going to be, especially for Caesars. Caesars last week, we talked about them having the room deal at Flamingo Harrah's and the Link, $300 for 2 nights with a $200 food beverage credit and no resort fees or tax.
That's all.
No resort fees. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great deal. And now Caesars is adding this to some of their properties.
I wonder if this is going to impact the pools.
Oh.
Because a bucket of beer at the pool is $84 and some change. That's tax included. $84 and some change before tip.
Well, I'll drink draft beer at a pool all day long. I mean, I'll put my hand over it so it doesn't get splashed. I mean, $5 versus whatever they end up being when you buy an $83 bucket of beer, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, maybe they're listening. Maybe Caesars is listening.
I feel like Cromwell was the first one on the strip, at least that we saw. They were doing $5 happy hour.
Yeah, but they do wine, they do beer, and they do cocktail drinks. Yeah. So that's a great deal.
Absolutely.
That's like the best drink deal, I think, on the strip.
Well, then we saw Stations, which is off strip, but Palace Station is actually right off of the strip, doing $1.99 margaritas 24/7, and now they're doing $3 beers at all of their bars 24/7.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Binion's in downtown. Now downtown is known for steakhouses, right?
Yeah.
There's so many down there, and they're all good. Binion's is doing a $49.99 all-you-can-eat prime rib. Now I might eat 2 pieces of prime rib, so that's $25.
It depends, because
a plate?
I think
is
of
that
like
a good deal?
I don't know. It depends what they come out with, because normally
it
when you
could
get
be like a 6 ounce, an 8 ounce.
Yeah, normally
fat.
if you get like if you go to like Ellis Island to the Village Pub,
I get the king cut.
We just were at El Cortez and had prime rib there. I mean, that's a large piece of meat that there's no way I would even eat half of it, let alone want another slab on my plate. So, I mean, it'd be a waste for me. How much prime rib can one person eat? You guys let us know that.
Well, because the El Cortez one, that one is $20.
Yeah.
It's $19.95. And I didn't even finish all of mine.
No.
I mean, it's a thick cut of prime rib. So, I don't know. Is that a good deal? You guys let us know. That's just something else that's going on here in Vegas. It was announced, Binion's, $49.99, $50. Let's call it $50. All you can eat prime rib.
All right.
Maybe you have to sign a waiver. So I feel like
like heart attack grill.
Like heart attack grill. Like that's a lot. Like how much prime rib can one human eat?
I don't know. I couldn't do it. Anyway, moving on. Normally we go into jackpots, but it's so weird. Yeah. I did not see any. He did not see any.
Nope.
Posted on social media and various social media platforms throughout the week. And I don't know if that's because no one was winning. I know when we were gambling, we were definitely not winning.
I'd say nobody was winning. Because we lost our entire budget. We have a budget for each stay. We don't bring any more than that. That's it. That's what we bring. And we lost, like we were on our last day, on checkout day, we were putting the ones that we had left into the machine.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put a little bit back.
Yeah, it was definitely bye-bye budget.
But that's why you have to be smart about your spend.
Yes.
And I know people that come on vacation that have a daily budget, they leave everything else in the safe. And that's it. This is it for today. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. It's just really weird because normally we see so many posts and we pick out the best jackpots that have been posted. But for some reason, there's been nothing. And maybe it's because there's the best of Las Vegas voting and all the properties are focused on promoting that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So no jackpots for you guys this week. We'll see what happens next week. So no jackpots, and definitely no jackpots for us. We recently stayed we were back at Planet Hollywood again. We love Planet Hollywood. We would have probably stayed somewhere else since we just stayed there, but it was the only property that had 4 nights
consecutive that we could get comp.
Yeah, and we had to get down there we were filming for our television show. So for us, it was just more convenient to be there right where everything was versus driving from our house, even though it's not that far. It's just
the traffic.
Yeah, easier.
Yeah.
We did the luck of the draw room again, only because that was the only option.
That was the only option available and there were so many conferences happening last week. A lot of conferences.
Yeah.
Every property that we went to, we saw badges, the conference badges.
Mm-hmm.
And at Planet Hollywood, our server at the glass bar told us that there's like 2 conferences. There were 2 conferences happening at the same time, and they were pretty busy too.
Yeah. Well, we ended up standard basic room, 1 king, which, is absolutely fine for us. The rooms at Planet Hollywood, even their smallest basic room, is still really nice and spacious.
Yep.
And has the tub, which is really nice,
Big
especially
bathrooms, overall.
Yeah. We appreciate the tub after all the walking that we did. I would say way busier on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Like when we walked in, we were coming through the Miracle Mile shops, and it was kind of annoying.
It was so crowded.
Yeah, it was.
The usual suspects, right? So it was really busy around Blondie's.
Yes, because the games were going on.
It was standing room only in there, and there was a line out the door, people waiting to get in. The sports book was like that. Flights, every table, it was like almost every table was full at Flights also. Which was great to see.
Yeah.
But it was also like, we were like, whoa, where do these people come from?
Yeah, the casino itself, busy because of football. Football, even though the Raiders weren't at home playing, it just always brings in people. People love to be in Vegas and watch football, cheer on their team in Vegas. Monday Night Football, definitely night and day from Sunday.
Absolutely.
We kind of had the glass bar all to ourselves.
Yeah.
Where nice. Sunday, I was like, we're not going to be able to find a seat in there. So very different from Sunday to Monday. Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday morning, pretty quiet.
Super slow. Wednesday afternoon, it started picking up.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, checkout day was crazy busy.
Yeah, and I think that's because there was so
much
many
going on in Vegas.
Yeah, there were so many events happening that it was just, we're getting out at the right time.
Yes. Yes.
I like my Vegas quieter. So.
And we typically, that's our speed though. We typically go Sunday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
We don't always stay 4 nights, but 1, 2, or 2, 3, 4 nights, however we stay, it's going to be in the Sunday through Wednesday range.
Yeah. And we kind of stayed mostly at Planet Hollywood and the Miracle Mile shows.
Filming and we were all over the place.
Yeah. We did check out Paris. They have a couple of new fun games that I just fell in love with.
What was that one? The Pig Power?
Power Pig.
Power Pig or Pig Power.
And then some new kind of moolah, and I'm a sucker for moolah. But they were fun. They were fun, especially because Planet Hollywood, after our first day there, decided to take away Alarm at the Farm, which was a new favorite of mine.
That was the spaceship one.
With the pigs and cows and sheep that get sucked up into
3
the
spaceships floating around and stuff. They get full and they break. Kind of like the fish game, the fish bowl game thing. They press against a glass and then you get the bonus. We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Was it our fault?
I don't know.
Because we did win. Not a lot, but I
also gave it money too.
Yeah,
so
we put 20 bucks in and win cash out like 80 bucks or something like that. So,
yeah.
we didn't win big, but when you start with 20 and you cash out $80, $85, and you're there for a half hour, have a couple beers, that's a fun time. That's very entertaining. And then they shut it down. I think it was our fault.
I don't know. I was very sad, though, to see that go. It's at other places, but, so
And they put in, Dolly Parton, old-timey game or something there. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird replacement. It wasn't even because it's just a card normally. They actually brought in new machines, not just changed the card.
Right.
So, and if you didn't know that, we learned that a couple of years ago down at Fremont, that they don't move the machines out. They just change them. Yeah, the new ones.
Big digital ones, it's just a card. Swap it out, you got a new game.
Yep.
Of course, while we were staying at Planet Hollywood, we ran into some people. We want to give a shout out to Bobby from Scotland, who we ran into in the ABC store.
Of course, I cannot forget Renee and Jean from Maine. We appreciate you guys.
We were there, strictly for filming. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up in October when we have new episodes coming out for our television show, Ninth Island Connection. And of course, you guys are going to see some of that here on our YouTube channel, on our other social medias, and we'll share about the experiences, probably one a week during our podcast, because we don't want this to be a 2-hour podcast by going over them. Yeah. But we did, just to give you guys just a little quick insight. We were over at Mandalay Bay twice. We went on Sunday to film in the 10th, the Bob Marley Hope Road Experience, which was amazing.
Spoiler alert, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. And then we were back on Mandalay Bay on Monday to interview one of the cast members of the show. At Mandalay Bay, Sunday to Monday, definitely a difference.
Yeah.
Sunday, busy, not as busy as Mandalay Bay can be, but still busier. But Monday was kind of a ghost town.
Yes.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, we did walk through Luxor, did a little gambling over there, ate dinner at Public House and watched some football, and that place was busy.
I always love Public House. I just like the energy in there. It's always a good vibe. The service is always fantastic.
Yeah.
I think for Vegas Strip, the prices are right where they need to be.
They're a little on the pricey
Vegas
side,
Strip,
but
the service, the quality, I think the atmosphere.
Yeah, but we also had a My Vegas $20 off of $40, so that saved money.
So get that. Hey, nobody pays us for this. Let me put that out there right now. We always share with you guys how you can save some money in Vegas. There's a My Vegas reward out there, $20 for $40 at Public House, which is a great deal.
Yes. And if you're not familiar with My Vegas, it's a free app. They have a bunch of different games like slots and blackjack and all kinds of different things. And you earn tokens, and those tokens can be used, you cash them in for rooms, shows, food. I mean, they have everything, and it's actually not just for Vegas. It's in different places. They have cruises, different cities.
It's an MGM thing. So wherever MGM properties are, My Vegas is tied to those properties.
Definitely worth checking out, and we're
pays us.
We're just sharing this because we've used My Vegas for over a decade. We've saved so much money with it. In Luxor, it wasn't very busy.
No.
And Excalibur was not very busy at all either.
No.
No. But it was a Sunday. So the only other casino that we checked out was Treasure Island, and that's just because we parked there and walked through it, and it was very quiet. But that was on a Wednesday, and that's because we had an interview with Kurt of Cartzilla. If you're not familiar with Cartzilla, that is the giant shopping cart that you'll see cruising down the strip. It's an 8-passenger tour, and it's so much fun and ridiculous.
And you guys have seen it. It's that giant shopping cart that cruises up and down Las Vegas Boulevard in the evenings. We interviewed him for the television show. So all of this stuff that we've done, all the filming is for our TV show. Check out ninthislandconnection.com, our website. You can see our television schedule right there. We do air throughout the country.
Yeah. We also made it over to Area 15 and did the John Wick experience. We had an interview over there first, and then afterwards we had a couple of cocktails and then did the experience itself.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Highly recommended.
Yeah. Last but not least of our filming, we went out to Speed Vegas, which is out by Seven Magic Mountains. Probably 20 minutes from the strip?
Yeah, it's right off of the highway.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, they have go-karts. They have where you can drive supercars on a track.
Supercars like Ferrari 448, the Dodge Hellcat, which is the one we went drifting in.
Which is terrifying. You
drove a Porsche.
Yeah.
I forget the Porsche, but it's a racing Porsche, not one that you're going to just see on the street.
Not to drive. I think I was going 35, but
Christine was driving like she was going to the grocery store.
But yeah, so lots of filming, lots of fun stuff. And again, we'll talk more in depth about these experiences as we move forward in our podcast. So we'll shut up about this right now and move on
So we were invited to go check out Circus, and I hadn't been there since 2008. That's the first time I ever came to Vegas, and we got married in Vegas, and we stayed at Circus. So that was my first time ever in Vegas, and we stayed at Circus.
Well, we actually did go into when Vince Neil had a restaurant there.
To eat. We just went in to eat, and we left.
Yeah.
So, and I barely remember that.
Yes, I barely remember 2008. And maybe I blocked it out. But
did it happen?
Yes, it did. We're still here, see?
Oh, yeah. We went out to check it out, and you know what? We had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We rode roller coasters, we played arcade games, we raced on motorcycles, I played some Galaga. Christine was playing Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, it was so much. It was fun. It was a really
fun time.
And I can see like how that would be so cool for a family if you have kids.
Oh, absolutely.
I get why a lot of families stay there at Circus or go to the Adventure Dome because I mean it's designed for kids.
Yes.
And they throw in things for parents. I mean there is alcohol, and
they have bars and areas and that kind of stuff.
There are rides that are like adult rides.
Yes.
The roller coasters were scary. I'm not gonna lie.
They're proper roller coasters.
Yeah. I was a little terrified on. But.
Well, you know, it's like you just said. It's like if you had a family, you're not really coming to Vegas to gamble and have a crazy Vegas vacation. Mm-hmm. That's a great property.
Yeah. For
a family.
It is.
It's priced right. I don't know what the rooms look like these days because we haven't stayed there. We just checked out Adventure Dome and the Midway and that kind of stuff. And we had a blast. Yeah. I would definitely put that on my list.
I was shocked about the Midway though. I didn't even, I knew Adventure Dome existed. I thought like the Midway was like an arcade, like a small arcade. It's gigantic. The Midway is huge and so many different games and carnival games. Yeah. That's what made it fun. It had like a mix of like arcade games and like carnival fairground games. So it was just cool, which makes sense because it's Circus. Right. And in the Midway, they have the circus acts performing. Yeah. We didn't get to see one because
they weren't on that day that we went.
Yeah, I think that they don't have them on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So we missed out on that, but they do exist. And I think that would be another really cool, just free thing, especially again with kids.
If we had kids, we would definitely take them there.
Totally.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the area for the big kids, the casino, was really nice. I mean, it was quieter because again, this was on a Wednesday.
Really big.
Yeah,
big casino. A lot of games too.
Yes, and it looked like they were kind of revamping some of their games, updating some of the slots, and I don't remember this from when we stayed there. If you're not familiar, they have like a little slot area that's like a carousel.
I mean, it's not like whipping around.
It's slowly going.
Very slow because people sitting in that casino drinking all day. Could you imagine stepping onto a fast carousel and trying to catch it?
No. I mean, it's slow, but it does. It's just really a unique thing. I didn't realize they had that
outside of Circus.
It was cool, and of course we had to go to Slots of Fun,
which was so much fun. I don't care what anybody says.
It was lots of fun.
It was lots of fun. So they have, I don't know if they're all coin machines, but they're dollar coins. It's the majority of the draw there. It was fun. I mean, it's just like, in the new slot machines, when you cash out a ticket, it's like tick, 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 tick. Like they're trying to simulate the coin hitting the tin. It's not the same though. Even if it's like literally like difference. 5 coins, you're like, woo, jackpot. Because if you see it coming out and you hear it, it's just, I don't know, it makes it so much, it was a lot of fun.
It was. We had a great time there. And then, the highlight, of course, was the steakhouse. We ate at the steakhouse.
The steakhouse,
which is such a really just nice, like classic Vegas. Like you step in there and you just feel like taken back in time.
It's like, if you guys haven't been, it looks like what movies make old Vegas look like.
Yeah.
Like that's what it actually looks like. Wood and leather, dramatic chandeliers.
And they're cooking everything right in the center so you can see them. You see the flames, you see the charcoal, you smell it. It was just really cool. And the food.
It was fantastic. The service was the best. I mean, it was just, the entire experience was like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we'll be doing a long form video on our experience at Circus. I think we'll probably end up having to break them out because
for sure.
They were all kind of like their own things.
It's several different experiences in that one location.
Yeah.
And then there's people like me that will be going just for slots of fun.
Yeah, yeah. So stay tuned for those videos coming on our YouTube channel and our social media, because we did a lot of videoing, so we've got a lot of good stuff to share. But moving on, let's get into weather. This is what you can expect this week in Vegas. When it comes to the weather, we are kind of getting into that more comfortable sweet spot, low to mid 90s at the beginning of the week, and then cooling off into the low to mid 80s. But we will get some rain possibly. It's like we're in the end of monsoon season, so I think we got to have, one last hurrah.
There's a couple chances. This is scattered. We're not talking like downpours over all of Vegas. May get some sprinkles down Fremont Street or Spring Valley. I mean, it's going to be around the valley, but it does keep those temperatures nice and perfect for being outdoors and exploring. I think maybe that's why that night outside of Planet Hollywood, it was down into like the high 70s. It was like everybody came out of the casinos and was walking the strip, in front of the Bellagio fountains with massive crowds, like so many people outside. But the weather was perfect.
Yeah, it felt so nice. Inside the casinos, still bring those jackets and light sweaters because the air is cranked and it's cold.
All right, guys, so again, this is in addition to all of the shows that are always happening in Vegas, all of your Cirque shows, Jabberwockies that we talked about, Carrot Top down the road over there. This is in addition to that. So let's start with Janet Jackson coming back to Resorts World Las Vegas the 17th, the 19th, and 20th.
And then we got Barry Manilow over at Westgate again this weekend. He's going to be there the 18th, 19th, and the 20th.
Motley Crue over at Dolby Live. That's over at Park MGM, and that's going to be 17th, 19th, and 20th.
And then we have Alejandro Fernandez at MGM Grand Garden Arena on the 15th. That's his second show.
And we've got Marco Antonio Solis over at the Caesars Palace Coliseum, and that's going to be on the 15th.
And then we have Ramon Ayala over at Planet Hollywood on the 15th.
Jesse and Joy over at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, and that's going to be on the 15th.
And then the Tom Kiefer Band with LA Guns is going to be over at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas on the 17th.
Santana, where he always plays, over at House of Blues, and that's in Mandalay Bay. And that's going to be on the 17th, 18th, 20th, and 21st. If you miss him this time, no worries. He's always here in Vegas.
Yep. And then Ringo Starr and his all-star band is going to be over at the Venetian on the 17th, the 19th, and the 20th.
And then Chris Brown is going to be at Allegiant Stadium, and that's going to be on the 19th and 20th, 2 shows.
All right, and then getting into comedy, Sam Morril is going to be over at the Venetian on the 19th.
Howie Mandel and Arsenio Hall. I didn't know that they hung out together.
I don't know. I just think of Arsenio Hall and
like in Living Color. In Living Color used to do a sketch with Arsenio Hall with his finger like this long. I remember that.
Okay.
So anyway, they're coming to town together. I'm sure that's going to be hilarious. They're going to be at the MGM Grand, which is fitting with big names, and that's going to be on the 20th.
We have the Las Vegas Raiders coming to Allegiant Stadium. They're playing the Chargers on the 15th.
That's going to be a good game.
Yes, that's definitely going to bring in a lot of people from California coming in.
That's going to be a good one. Let's see, we got Super Motocross World Championship. That's going to be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which is about 20 minutes out of town off of Las Vegas Boulevard. That's going to be on the 20th.
And then we have the Las Vegas Aviators out at the Las Vegas Ballpark out in Summerlin. They're going to be there the 16th through the 20th, so plenty of days to catch them.
And then we have the iHeartRadio Music Festival. That's going to be at T-Mobile Arena on the 19th and 20th.
And that's going to be the big one. That'll definitely be the big one.
They come every year.
Every year, and it used to be them and
Life
is Beautiful the same weekend. So downtown was crazy, the Strip was crazy, but now it's just Life is Beautiful. It was canceled this year, so now just iHeartRadio.
But it's still going to be a massive weekend here in Vegas. The Raiders are at home, iHeartRadio, Howie Mandel is here, Chris Brown is here.
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, there's so much going on.
Yeah, Vegas, we're back. When it comes to entertainment, like the slow season of July and August, we are back into busy entertainment and sports here. So
and then you still have
happening.
The Fremont Street Experience concert series is still going on.
Yep.
And the weather in the evenings is just perfect to be outside. So Fremont Street everywhere is going to be pumping.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the best times of year when it comes to the weather to be here. But, all right, guys, that is it for this week in Vegas. Thank you so much for tuning in to this podcast. If you haven't already, if you could please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't. We bring you Vegas, updates, all that kind of good stuff about Vegas. So if you love Vegas, we are the channel for you.
And you watch the whole thing. Why wouldn't you subscribe? This is a long video.
Right? If you made it this far, definitely.
You might as well.
Yeah, if you could put up with us this long, then you might like our channel.
It does get better.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
Ninth Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the Ninth Island of Las Vegas. From local mom and pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas, with exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs. We bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on Ninth Island Connection.